Hi everyone, my name is Marc Schmitt. I'm one of the founders of innopitch and the CEO of Evertracker. With innopitch, we connect startups with traditional companies and investors. And today we have a very special guest from the US. He's the founder of Plug and Play Supply Chain and Logistics Accelerator. It's also active in Hamburg, by the way. He knows what startups need to be successful. I'm very particularly pleased to welcome Mike Zaynoc. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mark. It's always an honor to talk to you. I'm the founder of the supply chain program, as Mark mentioned, and our program has grown significantly over the last few years. We don't just have supply chain acceleration offices here in Silicon Valley, where I am today, but we have programs in Bentonville, Arkansas, the headquarters of Walmart, Tyson Foods, and JB Hunt. We also just launched an office in Canada, in Toronto, with BASF, and announcing a few new partners soon. And of course, most excitingly for Mark is our Hamburg office, which Mark was very helpful in helping us get started here in Hamburg. So we really appreciate your support, Mark, and we're excited to partner with companies like DB Schenker, Shell, quite a few other 3PLs in Hamburg, and have that as our European headquarters for supply chain and logistics innovation for Plug and Play.
Yeah, we are very looking forward to have you back here in Hamburg again very soon. You're in contact with a lot of startups worldwide. What is your feeling about the current market situation? Is it hard for the startups or is it even a chance for them?
Yeah, definitely there's a chance for them. But no, I mean, I remain optimistic. I think although there's crazy social problems, there's crazy things going on around the world, there's challenges in the market, there's this COVID crisis has created an opportunity for startups, especially in the supply chain, where we need to digitize the supply chain, where traditionally these warehouses, a lot of them operate pen and paper, where that is no longer safe. We need to have digital solutions for things like visibility, like what Evertracker is doing, and many other startups. So we're investing just as aggressively as ever into startups. We just actually are closing a deal we're announcing right now from Berlin, as well in Germany, but we're investing worldwide, and we're so excited about the digital transformation of supply chain that I believe this crisis will be accelerating the need for analytics, for digitization, and things like artificial intelligence in the supply chain. So I'm very optimistic, and I don't like to say that coronavirus has been great for the world. It's obviously a horrible thing, and it's a very sad thing, but it's been a great opportunity for us in the supply chain program here at Plug and Play.
Yeah, I'm totally with you that it's a lot of chances for young companies especially. However, pivoting the business model is something that we hear quite often, or what I read quite often also, that startups should pivot to offer solutions for COVID-19. What's your opinion about it? Should startup focus on after COVID-19 or now solving problems during COVID-19?
Yeah, well, I mean, we want both. We want both short-term wins and long-term wins. Obviously, if you're a startup, you need to keep the business going. You need to get those quick wins. That's critical, but we want to find solutions that are, and we're investing in solutions that are going to be the next big opportunity in the supply chain. We're looking for the next unicorn, and that's where we want to put our investment. And gets us excited as a industry leading investor. So I would say both. The most important thing though, if you're a startup, always find product market fit. And if your product market fit has been hit from the coronavirus situation, then you need to pivot your business model. But the best way to redefine your business model is together with your customers and those who you're within your target market. So I would encourage startups, if you have been hit by the COVID crisis, there's lots of opportunities. I think automation is something that's becoming more critical than ever. When I speak to our partners like Walmart or any of the logistics providers we work with, they're really seeing need for developed solutions around automation and innovative companies in the supply chain. So I think there's a ton of opportunity, but this is a moment where the strongest startups will flourish and be very successful. And some of the ones without proven product market fit and a weak business model will probably go out of business. So there's a lot of opportunity, but there's definitely a lot of challenges.
So you will hear a lot after COVID from Evertracker as well. Being in contact with all these partners that you mentioned, especially these traditional companies, do you feel any impact on those partnerships and companies, or is it still the same success for them, and will they still invest into a lot of innovation?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a time where digitization is more important than ever. I've been saying for years that there will be winners and losers when it comes to digitization for the largest supply chain and logistics companies in the world. And I think this is just something that will accelerate it. So if you're not digitizing, you have a business model that's been hit, you're not looking at things like e-commerce, like the brick and mortar retailers are being hit super hard right now. So we need to find solutions that will fit the coming world, and this is definitely accelerating it. When it comes to our corporate partners, we've had a few challenges with them, like a few say they don't have as budget or they're locking the budget, but most of them are seeing the need to innovate and do pilots. And as long as it's a proven solution and they know that they can get a quick win from it, and it's not like two guys from an idea from a university, I'm not discouraging that, but this is a very challenging time to build a new model. But if you have something proven and you have customers, I would say continue to build and go down that road, because there's a ton of opportunity where some of these solutions, they were nice to have, like visibility or analytics, but now they're a need to have just because of the COVID challenges. So some of them are much more important. And the corporate partners, we see some of them are doing more, some of them are doing less, but in the supply chain space for plug and play, I predict the same growth we've had over the last few years, which has been a lot. And although some other programs like the automotive sector, the travel and hospitality sector, the retail sector, I think have taken a deeper hit, I predict continuous growth in the supply chain. The only challenge we have in the supply chain is that some of these corporations have locked their budgets and said, hey, we need to reduce costs and things like that. I don't think there's a lack of a need. It's just sometimes the corporations, when they become very defensive, it can be more challenging for the startups to work with these major corporations. But with that being said, I still think there's a ton of opportunity, and we have a lot of our partners that are still trying to innovate and work with startups.
Perfect. So the last question, do you recommend entrepreneurs to still start companies in the supply chain and logistics industry?
Yes, I think this is the best time ever to start a startup in the supply chain industry. We are investing aggressively into this sector. We are going to continue to invest more aggressively than ever. And I really believe that if someone was laid off from their job, I mean, this is the time to start a company. This is a great time to become an entrepreneur where you have a need, you need to be more innovative. I think some of these startups, when it comes to COVID, are more eager that you can pivot your business model easier. If something like this happens, you're not like locked into the same role in a corporation for years and years. So I strongly encourage those with an idea to start a business. And if they do start a business, to reach out to Plug and Play and see how we can help, because we're super excited. If you believe you can build $1 billion company, we are interested in investing and accelerating your startup.
Yeah, I can recommend to contact Plug and Play when you're launching a business. It's one of the greatest experience that I had and we had with Evertracker. Thank you very much, Mike Zaynoc, founder of Plug and Play Supply Chain and Logistics Accelerator, and hope to see you soon, either in Sunnyvale or in Hamburg.
I can't wait to come back to Hamburg and grab a beer with you.
Thanks.
Take care.